Dallas on air. 17 years of real talk, real stories, and real Dallas. From the heart of Texas to the ears of the world. This is Dallas on air.
You tune it in to Funky Disposition, where menopause meets the mood swings. Real talk and good vibes. Hope, hot flashes, cold truths, it's a funky ride. Let's talk menopause and take it all in stride.
Welcome to Funky Disposition. I am your host, Trina Stoker. And first and foremost, as always, I always want to thank God for giving me this idea to be able to bring this information to you all. So I am so thankful that he was able to just bless me with this idea and for me to be able to have this podcast to help people with this menopause and andropause things. Also, we are not physicians. We are just here telling our experience. Everybody have their own different experience with all different type of symptoms. So we are not physicians, even though I have a nurse with me. But we are not physicians. I threw that in real quick on her.
Yes, she did.
So without further ado, or how they say, without haste, I want to welcome Tanya. And I need her to be able to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself. And before we get started on these questions. So, hello, Tanya.
Hey, Trina, girl. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate you and everything that you're doing here, and I am honored to be a guest and share with you how menopause is affecting me in my world. So, first off, my name is Tanya Pfeiffer. I am a wife. I am a mother. I am a grandmother, and I also have a great-grandbaby. As Trina so eloquently mentioned, I am a nurse. I am a long-term care nurse. Geriatrics is my specialty area, and I'm just glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. So, you all, we are talking about formication. Formication, not fornication. We ain't talking about the sex stuff. We're talking about formication.
Formication.
Which is talking about the skin crawling and all that stuff, y'all. So, this here is a pretty interesting subject because I have been through it, she have been through it, and we're just going to get started. So, what is formication and how does it feel for those who experience it?
So it's funny that I'm glad you spelt it because a lot of people don't use the M. They like to use the N, not realizing that there is a difference between the two.
Yes.
So for me, my experience with this has been, first, I didn't even know it was a real thing. Never heard of it, or at least if I'd heard of a symptom, this type of symptom, I didn't know the name for it. I didn't know the correct name for it. So formication, from what I understand, from what I have read, and from what I've experienced, simply put, is the feeling of bugs crawling on you.
Yes.
Some people have described it as an internal feeling. Mm-hmm. I haven't really felt it where it's like feeling like it's crawling under my skin. Mine is more on top. Mine is more kind of a tactical thing. And so there's been some very, very extreme cases. People really, really suffer from this.
Yes.
I'm fortunate that mine has been pretty mild, or at least it seems that it's getting less and less. The episodes are lessening. I've never really had an intense episode, and if you were to go online and look and just kind of just get in touch with some women that have, or some of these studies where they have information on it, some people have. This is life-changing for a lot of people.
Yes.
So that's the short story of it. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, the other part to that is there are other medical conditions that also have this symptom. So it's not specifically isolated to just menopause.
Correct.
In fact, there are some studies that support that enough of information to be able to link it, but there are other studies that'll say, well, we can't really say it is that for certain, but we can't say that it's not.
Okay.
And it's kind of weird that you get that answer because that kind of feeds into the whole reason why people don't talk about it.
Right.
Because is it or is it not? Which
Right.
one is it, you know? So, yeah, that's the short story. That's what it is.
Okay, thank you. Have you ever experienced like the? I know you said yours was on top.
Yes.
Have
yes.
you experienced like the prickly feel or the zaps? Because
So-
I feel like it's like something like almost like an energy surge or something.
Now,
It's
see,
a weird thing.
that I never really felt. I've heard about it, and I can't really say that I felt that. Again, I think maybe I'm just fortunate that I haven't really had an extreme case of this.
Yes.
But for me, it usually feels like something is crawling, like, for instance, in my head.
Yes.
I feel it in my head,
Yes.
and then, so the first instinct is, if it's something in your head, even though you can't see it, the first thought is to just,
Yes.
do that. So you never
Yes.
really know if it was really something in your head.
Correct.
Right? And so I did that for a while. I felt it in my head, sometimes on my face. And I think we've all felt this at some time, even outside of menopause, where it feels like you're walking into a spider web.
Yes.
Okay, so I felt
Yes.
that, even before these last 5 or 6 years of my life, but not so much since I've been actually going through this process. What I feel is really something's in my head crawling or the top of my feet.
Ooh.
And that is okay, so let me tell you how I started. Can I tell you how I started?
Yes.
Okay,
We
so
wanna-
this is how I
we want
started.
to know.
So this is how I started. So at first when I start feeling the little things in my head, like I said, if you're outside and you think a bug is in your head or something like that, you just kind of dismiss it and just fly it off.
Right.
Well, probably about a year or so ago, I noticed that I was feeling this, and it was particularly to my right foot, on the top of my right foot. And so, again, I just felt it, and I just kind of brushed it off, not really making visual contact to see if it was something really on my foot. So then when I started feeling it, probably about a couple of months had gone by, and I wouldn't feel it all the time. It was pretty infrequent, maybe just once or twice a week, maybe. And it didn't last very long. So that's another reason why I thought maybe it was an ant, or something that was on me, because it stopped just as quickly as it started. So I started kind of thinking, not knowing that this was a thing. I said, okay, so I know I stay out here where I stay. There's a lot of new development out here in this area. There's a lot of crawly things everywhere. And sometimes these little crawly things get in the house, or, you pick them up just on you could lean on a car and something, you could pick them up anywhere.
Correct.
So I said, instead of me just brushing stuff off, let me just kind of look and see. I think maybe I was a little afraid to kind of look. So anyway, as time went on, I started just really paying attention to that little feeling on the top of my foot. So what I started doing was actually looking, instead of immediately reacting and wanting to brush it off with my hand, I actually looked down. And when I looked down, I didn't see anything. And so I still dismissed it. I said, man, I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just tired, or something, because there's nothing there.
Yep.
And then, a little bit more time went by, and it started happening a little bit more frequently. And so I ran across someone else, one of the ladies at my job. We were having a conversation, and she said she was feeling the same thing. And so when she said, of course, now I didn't tell anybody that I was feeling it, because I was like, okay, I just dismissed it as me just tripping, right? And so when she told me that, I said, I had that exact same thing, but then the conversation kind of just stopped. I don't know if she got a weird vibe from me or if I gave her a weird vibe. I don't know. We just didn't talk about it anymore. And so as time went on, I started reading and started thinking. Then I think I was having a conversation with you not too long ago, and I think you mentioned it.
Yes.
And when you mentioned it, that prompted me again, because I wasn't having it frequent enough where I felt like I made an association what was really happening.
Right.
I just thought, it was something random happening, And so I started reading a little bit and started kind of tying the two together. And every time I would have that little feeling, I would look to be certain that I was not losing my mind, and that, in fact, this is really something that's happening, and it's not just a figment of my imagination.
Yes.
So that's pretty much how I came to realize, with all the reading and talking to, other healthcare professionals and stuff like that, realizing that that's exactly what this is.
That is crazy.
So now, I don't want to get ahead of anything. I'm not having them as frequently because I did try a few different things to try to kind of help me.
Okay.
But just with anything else, you have to be consistent. And if you're not consistent
True.
and really listening to your body and trying to address things, I'm the worst. I can say I'm going to do something, and then something else will happen, then I forget that I said I was going to do it, then I never do it.
Right.
So, but you just really have to be consistent.
She does, y'all.
Yeah, I do. She knows me. You've known me for a little while. So, but you really just have to be consistent and persistent and, realize that once you, again, like Trina said, we're not doctors. You need labs, you need doctor visits, whatever it is to confirm that, because there are other things that can be going on.
Correct.
In light of just it could be an underlying reason, another reason other than just the fact that your estrogen is low and you're going through menopause.
Right. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes, y'all. When she talking about the head itching, honey, I have lost many tracks off this hair. Cause pulled out a piece of weave or something. Cause man, you itching so much, and you think something on you, and you got to get it out.
Yeah.
And what's the worst is when it's under the skin and you're sitting there just scratching, and you can tend to break the skin because you're trying to get to that itch that you can't really get to. So it's just kind of there. It's very bothersome. It's very bothersome.
Yeah.
So why does formication happen? Why does formication happen during menopause? Is it really connected to hormonal changes?
So from everything that I read, given the fact that I wasn't having this issue prior to my journey, although other things can happen in life, it's not just, I am a lady of a certain age, and we know that different things change within the body. I hear somebody say, oh, well, I didn't used to have that, or I didn't used to have that. Even the weight and outside from menopause, yeah, maybe you didn't used to have that, but you also didn't used to be the age that you are now.
Correct.
And the lifestyles that we have, you figure, okay, you hear people say this all the time, I've done this for the last 20, 30 years, or I've done this all my life, and they expect that you will never get to a point where, oh, this is the result of you doing something all your life, right? So for sure, like I said, just based on the information that I've read and what I know about myself and where I am in my journey, it definitely is. There's a lot of reads out there that talk about low estrogen levels and the association, or how formication can be associated with that as well. So then the quick answer to that is yes.
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 Yes. Now, not everybody is going to experience it,
Right.
and then that kind of goes back to the fact that not everybody is going to talk about it, and not everybody's going to say it, because it's just weird
Yes.
to say. It's just one of those phenoms. There's a lot of things that we just can't explain.
Yes.
The body just does a lot of different things because that's just the way that it does.
Yes.
And have you ever heard of phantom pain before?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we know that that's a phenomenon that we just really can't really wrap our mind around. How is something hurting or itching that's not even there?
Correct.
Right. This is the same type of thing. In fact, I saw the word phenomenon when it's described formication.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely linked. There are studies out there that it's linked to, or can be linked to that, as well as diabetes, all types of neuropathies, all type of other circulation issues. That's why it's important to get your testing and to know exactly, what the underlying cause is.
Oh, gosh. So, y'all, to add on to that also, the decline in estrogen, it causes reduced collagen and natural oil production in the skin, which makes your skin thinner, drier, and less elastic. So this is what that formication can do for us, and this is the reason why we feel that under the skin and on top of the skin itchiness, and that can't be there, but it really is there. So that's another thing to add to your little sock there.
Oh, speaking of socks, here's the thing. So here's the thing. So when I would have the itching on the top of my feet, sometimes the socks calmed it.
Really?
And it's really weird because every time I feel the feeling that I do, and again, it's not all the time, and it's so subtle that sometimes it's over as quickly as it starts. I don't really have a lot of itching, but when I do itch, it's on this right foot and it's the top of my foot. And if I'm not careful, sometimes, like you said, I'll just scratch it raw. So the best thing to do is not do that. But the socks for me actually work. You know what I mean? And there's some people, and it's weird because I know that sometimes with all the skin changes, along with the other 99 million things that are changing, sometimes certain clothing, there's some points where I can't stand the socks to be on.
Yes.
And then there's other times where, and it's not for pain. I never have any pain.
Yeah.
It's just that feeling of something's on me.
It's just irritating.
It could be irritating.
Yes, that is irritating.
Yeah, it can definitely be irritating.
Yeah, especially when you have, and like I said, not really itching, but it's just something feel like it's just crawling on you. It's a constant crawl on you, or a spider on you, or something like that. It's just, that crawling feeling.
Yeah.
For the ones that know what we're talking about, you're not alone, and this is something that is taken seriously. Your partner, they need to be able to support you in this because it really is a thing that happens. It's not you thinking it is happening, it really does happen. So if you are feeling this and this is happening to you, just know that we're going to try to help you in your journey because we have been through this. So we hopefully we can help you with this. So can you explain how estrogen levels affect nerve endings and skin sensations?
So, estrogen affects everything.
Correct.
I mean, let's just start there. It affects everything. But kind of like playing to what you were saying earlier, there's just normal responses that our body, that are necessary just for life. And when you have to have certain things in order for certain things to work. So when you have a decrease in the estrogen, that estrogen really protects us in a way when we were full of it.
Yes.
It protects us in a way that I myself can't really comprehend or understand. But getting down to even like the way that our nerves transmit different things to our brain, that if you think about that, we've had on your show, we've talked about the brain fog. All of those things, estrogen is like a little army that kind of protects us for and from different things to kind of help things stay intact. Well, when those levels drop, then the defense goes down. So that's kind of like what happens while you're itching.
Right.
Because the nerve endings don't have what they used to have.
Right.
And so it makes you more sensitive. You kind of like makes you hypersensitive to different things.
Okay.
And that's the takeaway that I got from, how it really. So you mean tell me it's almost like every single thing that I didn't even think about that I was doing or my body was doing for me somehow comes back around to estrogen.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of it come back around to estrogen.
It come back around to estrogen.
But it's just amazing how those things that come back around to estrogen is how different things like nerve endings and your skin and this and that's all attached to that. It's affected some type of way. Your brain is affected some type of way because of estrogen. So it's just a weird, how do you say, phenom.
It is. That's that phenom. It is. It really
it's just
is.
weird how that all goes together like that. So, yeah. Some women describe the feelings as bugs crawling under the skin. Is that a common experience? And as we just spoke about, you said that it is.
Yeah, it is.
So, yes.
Mine, like I said, mine was almost like something. You know how something like you be outside and something would kind of just light on you, and mine was more like that. But in the more, if I were to say intense times, is when my foot itches. And that probably now happens. I mean, I've done a few things to kind of help that. I feel like I've done a few things to kind of help that. But yeah, it can get pretty intense. I've even read some instances where it was so severe that people were seeking like hypnosis.
Yes.
Medications. And I mean, because when we think about somebody doing this, we associate that with a certain behavior or lifestyle.
Yes.
And why that's not necessarily true is not fair to always just assume that that's it, because there are other underlying issues that can cause somebody to be scratching or
Correct.
itching it, right?
Correct.
And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
This is true.
You know,
This is true. Because, yeah, a lot of times, besides B12 or something like that being low, that can cause that. But other things are like drug use. And people will try to associate that from drug use.
and uncleanliness. That's another reason why nobody wants to be. Because girl, I seen her sitting over there and she was scratching. I don't know what she done bought from the house, but I don't want to eat whatever she bought for the cookout. I just don't want to eat it because she over there scratching. So yeah, that just, I mean, and I think that's why people don't want to say anything about it, because it does have a certain stigma attached to it.
Yes.
It really, really does. And I don't always just itch in the comfort of my home. Sometimes I'm out in public and I'm like, ooh, it's something in my head. Or if I could take this shoe off right now and get to the top of this foot, my life would just be better.
Yes.
But yeah, it just happens.
Okay. So what's that movie with what he said? What Ricky get shot? Ricky.
Oh Lord. Boys in the Hood.
So yeah, in Boys in the Hood, it's this scene where the mama come out and she looking at us Ricky shot, and she just doing all this here. What? That's anxiety and stress.
Yes.
So anxiety and stress can bring that on, actually. So
yes, indeed. Yes.
So it was something to that when she
when she was
I don't know why that just popped up in my head, but
that's
it
how
did.
your brain works.
It is how my brain works. Oh God, that means I need some sleep. Jesus help.
Probably do. Bless your heart.
Are there certain areas of the body where formication happens more often?
So for me, like I said, it was my face. I pretty much don't feel anything on my face now. It's occasionally I might feel a little something in my head, and I do that, and it's pretty much gone. But I feel it, and I know that's what it is.
Right.
But usually the head, the face, the arms. Some people say all over the feet and the legs. That's another reason why it's imperative, because I can think of other possible underlying reasons based on where the itching is. You know, it may not, while we may be going through this, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's really the culprit. It could be something else going on.
Correct.
But I think from what I know and the few people that I have talked to about it, it's mainly the head. And I don't know, one young lady, her legs, she just scratches like she just been ate up. I mean, like it's bad. Yes, it's bad. I hope she reaches out and gets something done about that, because it doesn't just, in instances like that, it's not just gonna just automatically go away. Some people say it's short-lived. You know, I had it a little bit. Even mine, I'm talking less than a year now. And as time is going, I feel less and less. Even though I wasn't to my degree, it was a lot for me, but not really. You know what I'm saying? If it's just a little bit, that's too much for me. But it's definitely getting better. But occasionally, you know, I get that itch at the top of my foot, and put them socks on. It just depends. Sometimes the socks on helps it, and sometimes I have to take the sock off and it don't help it. It's really weird. And then by the time you get up and do something, you know, outside of what you have right there near you while you're watching TV or doing whatever you're doing, it's gone. It just disappears.
That is crazy.
I know it's weird.
I know for me, my arms, where I feel the crawling, my head, probably my back sometimes. I'll feel the crawling. So, you know, I'm just steady, just wiping stuff off, and you can't wipe it off. It's not going anywhere. So, or itching that you can't really get or whatever. So, it's a fight.
It is a fight. Medications, too, play a big role in it. Did we say that already?
No,
medications.
Go ahead.
Sometimes medications, especially those meds that you may be taking for bloating or something more severe, would be, you know, if you have edema, you have swelling in your ankles, and you may be on a little diuretic, or if you have high blood pressure issues, you may be taking a med like that.
Right.
Sometimes those meds, I mean, they dry you out too.
Correct.
And they work. I mean, the result is the same. It doesn't matter that you're not going through menopause. If you're taking those meds, you could possibly be feeling some of those things too.
Right.
So, yeah.
So how can women tell the difference between formication and a skin condition like eczema or allergies?
Now that's a good question. Aside from just going to the doctor and letting them tell you,
Yes.
usually if you have I call it eczema, but eczema, certain things are accompanied by a rash.
Correct.
Not all the times, but you can kind of almost see the area of irritation. Even after it heals, sometimes it still becomes an area of a reoccurrence. So a lot of times, because I used to have eczema, and I think I had children that also had it, and sometimes it gets better and it resolves, or it goes away and it comes back in a different form or whatever. Okay. But I think the first thing to do is, with me, I never get a rash. Even though I have the little thing on top of my foot, you can't see any evidence of it because, one, I don't scratch that hard anymore. But there's never a visual manifestation that shows that it was there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sometimes allergies, you may whelp up, you may be itching, and then all of a sudden you get this big whelp. This big skin irritant that, your body's normal response to a skin irritant. But I think the best thing for you to do is, if it is a rash, it's probably not formication. Possibly.
Correct.
Possibly. And usually you would need a different kind of treatment.
Yes.
Other than just, a cold compress or something like that. And if it's recurrent, I just think it's important to really pay attention to your body,
right,
and what was there, because during this whole journey that we on, sometimes I look in a place and ain't nothing there, and then I go back and look. I'm like, well, where did that come from?
Right.
So when you see something like that, then yeah, you probably need to don't just dismiss it as that. But I think it's the best thing to do is follow, and that's another reason why women don't talk about it that much, I think, too, is because if there's nothing there, what I'm going to the doctor for?
Right.
I don't need them to diagnose me with no depression or anxiety. I'm not having hallucinations or whatever. But this really is a type of a phenomenal type hallucinatory type thing that's happening.
Yes.
Because there's nothing there.
Yes.
So that will keep me from saying something. I don't want to go nowhere and I'm thinking that my cheese and slid off my cracker or something. I don't know what else got going on. So you just don't say nothing,
Just spread it back on, girl.
You just don't say nothing. But yeah, I just think you just need to go and get the confirmation from the doc.
Okay. Cool. What are some common triggers that might make the crawlings or tingling worse?
So for me, what I realize is I am the queen of hot showers. I love hot baths. I love hot showers. And we know that they are so drying and so depleting, especially if you're not eating correctly, which is me. If you're not hydrating, which when you're going through this, you really have to overly hydrate.
Correct.
Really. And then, if you're not moisturizing your skin, you're not taking care of because your skin is an organ. And so if you're not treating it correctly, it's going to act like all your other organs do. It's going to fail you in some shape or form, right? But, the hot baths and showers I've kind of had to come away from. Moisturizing, what was the question? It was what helps or what worsens? What triggers it? So, yeah, definitely hot. Stress, we already know that, which is crazy because as we talk about all these symptoms, it's like a Ferris wheel. It's just, one just and it just keeps going. But yeah, stress for sure will add to it. I have night sweats. That'll add to it also. And you think, well, how could I fix, if I'm in the bed, how could I really fix that? I mean, that one was a little bit tough because I'm trying to see if you're sweaty and you're in the bed sleeping, what could I really do to kind of help that from happening? The best, it all goes back to skincare. It all goes back to skincare. So when most likely, we've had a rough night and you're sweaty and everything, the first thing you want to do is get up and take that shower.
Correct.
First thing you want to do is take that shower and go ahead and get your moisturizing on. And another thing is try to use a light moisturizer before you go to bed too. And that's something that I hadn't even really thought about that. And that's not something I do. When I go to bed, I'm going to bed. I'm not thinking about skincare when I get ready to go to bed.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But I think that helps too. But yeah, so definitely the stress. And it's just with anything else, all the caffeine.
Yes.
You know, that goes back to diet, the intake, what you're drinking, what you're eating. But yeah, definitely. And then not discussing it can make it worse too, because even if it is another situation and not just the menopause, and if you're progressing towards another medical condition, it's not going to be treated correctly. So then it could possibly just get worse and worse.
Right.
You know, just get out of hand. So
okay. Also, y'all, alcohol or low iron or in B12, lack of sleep, that also can trigger the formication also. So can stress, anxiety, or poor sleep make this symptom more intense? We kind of already answered that.
And you know what? Going back to the trigger, cold air.
Really?
Now, I personally can't speak from that because I love cold air. If it's hot, give me cold air twice, right? But
you didn't say that when you coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside, y'all.
Not that kind of cold air. But yeah, cold air was one of the things that I read. I haven't experienced that myself.
Wow.
But yeah, cold air. So bundle up because it's cold outside. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not.
That's crazy. Cold air.
Cold air. It goes back to the nerve endings.
This is true. This is true. So, that's something.
Yeah.
So why do you think this symptom isn't talked about as much as other menopause symptoms?
Because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, and that's the first part, I think. Nobody wants to talk about it because it is embarrassing. Fear of being judged. Again, we were talking about that girl that's scratching. I don't want her to make nothing for the potluck because she's scratching. So you have that fear. And then you don't want to be dismissed by anybody.
Correct.
You know, there's a lot of really, really good healthcare professionals out there, and there's a lot of really, really not so good. And one of the worst things that you can do is go try to seek help or information from somebody that's supposed to be able to give you that, and they dismiss you. And it's hard to try to explain something to somebody when there's no evidence of it. You know what I mean? So I go to the doctor and I tell them what I'm having, and they're like, oh, okay, get you some Aquaphor, you'll be okay. You know, so I think those are the reasons. And then all of those is enough to make you not want to say anything. And then for those really mild cases, you just dismiss it. You just live with it. I mean, how many things do we have that happen in life aside from this journey that we just say, if it's manageable, you just kind of dismiss it and just let it go.
Right.
Because who wants to talk about, I'm itching, or bugs on me?
Or feel like something crawling over
you.
Yeah,
go bathe. That's
and not make
somebody
it sound like, oh, she losing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. And I also, they said, other medical conditions making it harder to pinpoint as a universal menopause symptom.
Yeah, that makes
while
sense.
hormones changes can trigger it, its association is less direct and immediate compared to a hot flash. And this is why people don't.
Yeah, because some people still don't think that the hot flashes happen. There's some people, those that have never experienced it, obviously.
I was like, the lies I tell you.
Still think that, you know, the hot flashes are something that's made up. Yeah, some people still think that it can't be that bad.
Now, I have heard somebody say that before, like, I know you say you hot, but you ain't that hot like that.
Not that hot.
No, listen, I had one young lady tell me her flashes are so bad that she don't like to go anywhere. She said it's embarrassing because she end up just all wet and stuff because her flashes are that bad. And I'm just like, that just have to be, you know, not to say horrible horrible thing to go through. I mean, it is a horrible thing to go through because now it messes with her self-esteem. She don't want to really be social with anybody because she's thinking about, oh, I'm going to break out into a flash at just any point in time. And she's just sweating everywhere. And it's just embarrassing to her. So
It is.
Yeah.
It is. When I have a flash, pass me a fan, please. Give me a piece of paper, an envelope, or something so I can cool this down.
Yes.
And so if you're out and about, you don't want to, because if certain people haven't seen that or experienced it, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, she's doing too much. It ain't even that hot. You know, and so that would kind of make you want to limit, you know, your social interactions. I see that. But if you're blessed to have somebody in your corner, like I have, he understands.
Yeah.
The presence of the hot flash. Bless his heart. He does all he can to try to help me get a peaceful night's sleep, and he ends up not getting very much rest because he's trying to regulate the temperature for me and make sure that I'm comfortable. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Oh, good gosh. So have you noticed any patterns between women who experience hot flashes and those who also have formication? I think we kind of went over that too.
We kind of did. You know what I noticed for myself that I kind of had to stop doing, especially on the weekend. Now, I've experienced both, and one of the studies that I read, because I read a couple, that said there's about half of the women. Now, I don't know what 100 people they talk to, I don't know. But they say it's only about 50%. There's about 50% of the women that actually that have formication. And only 20% of them actually admit to having it while they're actually having it. So when they go through menopause, after they all the way down there, they'll say, oh, yeah, I had that way back then, you know, because it's past now. They're not having it anymore. But to actually say it when you're having it, the incidence of that is very, very low. So for me, I experienced both. And I can't really say that one, like they go, I have this, and then I have that. I don't feel like they work together, even though it's the same mechanism that causes both of them. For me, I cannot have a hot flash or whatever for 3-4 days, and then my foot will itch. I don't really have no correlation between the two from my personal experience because they just so random,
right,
that they just happen. And then there's women that will say, I don't even know what you're talking about. I've been going through menopause for 10 years. My foot ain't never itched, or I ain't never felt like something was crawling on me. So I don't really know if there's a real pattern on how you would really pinpoint if people not really talking about it.
Okay. So what kind of treatments or approaches can help calm the sensation?
So my first answer would have been alcohol. But that actually makes it worse.
Yes.
That actually makes it worse.
You'll be drunk and Crowley.
So the first thing is to just really pay attention and realize that you're not imagining it.
Yes.
You know, pay attention to it and admit if something's not right, that it's not right. But for me, what's helping me or what has helped me is lowering my temperature of my water. You know, moisturizing my skin not the next day. Do it as soon as you get out, get out the tub or do it immediately. That kind of helps, right? And then looking at, and my diet is not the best, but looking at what you're actually eating. We know that like you said, we're losing elasticity, we've lost collagen, we're probably anemic, we got deficiency with vitamin D, vitamin B, all of those things. So you really just got to put in, because if you put in junk, that's what your body is going to, that's what it's going to do, right? So you just have to be mindful, increasing your water intake. And I know you're going to say, you don't drink enough water, because you get to see me every week.
She don't,
and
y'all.
You know.
She don't, y'all, because she be having dry scalp.
And you know that I don't drink. But here's the other thing too.
What is it?
It's wintertime. It's fall-ish. It feel like winter tonight.
Sure do.
But sunscreen.
Yes.
So going back to what has helped me for a few months at a time, I didn't have the best skincare, and I was feeling this stuff on my face. Remember I told you I would have it on my face sometimes?
Yes.
And I noticed that when I made a conscious effort to clean my skin routinely and to put my moisturizer on and to put my sunscreen on routinely, that it helped. It made a difference. And something as simple as that.
Wow.
It made a difference for
Sunscreen.
me. Yeah, it made a difference. Well, your moisturizer with the sunscreen is
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
but you just didn't think about putting
just
on
making
sunscreen.
sure you put it on. And then I think what helped me too is sometimes I put it on twice a day. Sometimes.
Shut your
Not
mouth.
all the time, but sometimes. Yeah, so I think that helped me, with the facial sensation that I was feeling.
Yes.
Getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the challenge. I'm a late night owl.
Turn this way.
And so, because you're sleepy right now. So, just getting enough sleep and just trying to minimize your stress. Now, with everything that's going on in the world, I don't know how we can do that.
Yeah.
But that has to be something consciously. All those things. I mean, it's kind of like what we hear this whole thing, make sure your diet is good, make sure you eat, make sure you drink. It's the same concept, and even all those things may or may not even help it, but at least you can't say that it's not because I'm not drinking enough, because I am drinking. It's not because I'm not taking care of my skin, because I am. And some things are just going to be, sometimes there is no fix for certain things. That's just the way of the world.
I know they say also cool compress or oatmeal baths. That's also something that can help. Also, HRT, prescription corticosteroids, steroids, and home remedies can also help with. It can be a treatment for formication. So, are there any creams, oils, supplements that might soothe irritated skin or nerves?
I am glad you asked that. Let me tell you about this one thing.
Well, here we go.
So I have a daughter who faithfully believes in olive leaf, right? And she has been preaching this to me for a few years now. She believes olive leaf is the truth. And the funny thing is, I read across a publication that said that olive leaf does help with menopause symptoms. And it also is a good supplement for skin health.
What?
Yes.
Well, I know that olive leaf is good for skin health, but I just never correlated with menopause.
I know. It's kind of weird. I don't know that I ever did either, because we were thinking about like from a immunity type thing, like during COVID and stuff like that. And that's when she first really introduced it to me in the way that she did. April. But yeah, so olive leaf. Also, I have this, I won't mention it by names. I don't know if we can do names or stuff, whatever. Yeah. But I have this magnesium drink.
Yeah, you can.
That somebody
because they need to know out there, so go ahead.
So somebody at work had told me, initially she told me about Calm, CALM, and she was telling me about it to help with hot flashes. And then the more I read about it, because it is a magnesium supplement. Okay. It just makes sense. It just kind of goes. Now, I mean, I didn't go and have my labs immediately drawn, and it immediately told me that my magnesium is low. Yeah. That's not what happened. But I just tried it just to see if it would help me any. And I started with the gummies at first. And again, I didn't do it consistently the first bottle, so I purchased another one, and I was a little bit better with that one. Okay. But the Calm drink, it comes in, it's real easy. Just dump it in there, get your water, drink it, and it tastes pretty good. And I feel like I'm actually on my second bottle. Wow. That has helped as well.
Really? So what do you see? How is it helping you?
My foot's not itching as much.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Don't look at me like there's something wrong with me.
that's cool.
I feel like it's not. I still have it. It's not the cure all.
But it's not as much.
Right. And again, like I said, I know that I'm probably at this point, I'm probably not the only person that had. You used to have. Do you ever have the cramps in your legs?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't have that as much.
I had one last night.
You had one last night.
It made me jump out the bed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would have.
Good grief.
Yeah, my cramps in my foot are almost pretty much non-existent now.
Oh wow.
So with just little bitty things, what I also had to stop doing was, this is what I was saying on the weekend, I would sometimes drink 2 and 3 cups of coffee. And a lot of times I would have that second or third cup late in the evening, and I start realizing that kind of made it a little bit worse. My night sweats were worse, but it took a minute for me to even figure that out. I just thought, man, I'm just having a bad night. But it was really because I was drinking so much coffee.
All that caffeine.
And that's something that I got to have is my caffeine.
Yeah.
So yeah, just starting to trying to trickle that down a little bit, you know.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I know it's weird. It's weird, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't actually really taken. I can't really speak on the olive leaf from that standpoint. I mean, I do have some, and I kind of sort of take them sometimes. But I really feel like that magnesium has really, really helped me and lowering my temperature down. And I don't have to stay in there for 17 hours to take a hot shower either,
Right.
you know. So I just think those little bitty things for me has made a difference.
Okay. Also, creams with ingredients that has menthol in it, calamine, colloidal oatmeal, capsaicin. I know I'm probably messing that word
That's
up.
okay.
Magnesium sulfate lotions, even in primrose, the oils, even in primrose oil, jojoba, argan oil, or grapeseed oil, and topical anesthetics like pramoxine. Those are some things also that can help with different creams and everything that could help with the body to keep it from itching or keeping from the crawling feeling. I guess the crawling feeling.
You know what else too? Sometimes people take. I don't know if this is really a supplement. It's not a supplement, but sometimes to some folks take antihistamines. You know, like the Benadryls and stuff like that.
Correct.
That's kind of like in extreme cases, I would think, because I have never resorted to having to take that.
Okay.
Again, it passes so fast that it's not lingering for me. I've never lost sleep because of itching. Now the hot flashes, yeah, but I've never lost sleep because the itchy or the crawly things that I hear that people have actually, you know, I haven't had to go and get an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety medication or anything like that. So mine has pretty much been what I've shared with you. But yeah, antihistamines seem to work for people. Not again, it's not the cure, and you're only treating that symptom, and you can't take antihistamines. If this lasts for 10 years, you don't want to just take antihistamines for 10 years, right?
Correct.
So, yeah.
Okay. How important, and we went over this, and we're going to speak it and bang it into your head until you get it, but how important is hydration and nutrition in managing formication?
So, I would tend to say, and not to just sound like a book, but it's the same concept. It's extremely important. I mean, managing symptoms like this, along with the other 900 that we have, really is going to consist of being consistent with it, right? It really is a lifestyle change because who knows how long you're actually going to go through menopause. So I would say that what I know for a fact is water. I know it. I know that water makes a lot of difference. Now, again, it's not the cure-all for everything, but I know that it does.
It's a natural healer.
I know that water does. Water does, and I mean the nutrition. You got to get some balance because to deal with this, it's because of an imbalance. This whole journey is an imbalance of things, and you just have like a car crash of all these different things that's happening. And so while you may not be able to stop it, you know, from happening, you can make it, you know, as tolerable as possible. Yes. And the water really, really makes a difference, and I know it does. Exercise.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention it. I'm not going to linger there because obviously I'm not exercising much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exercising much. But yeah, I mean, it's really just a lifestyle.
I mean, y'all, you can get some exercise in.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have to, you can walk, or even if you have to do like chair exercises. You'll be surprised. Chair exercises really can whoop your butt because it's not as easy as you think it is. I mean, there are some programs out there that are some beasts with the chair exercises.
I've watched them.
Yes, you watched them. That's so funny.
I've watched them.
You need to get in it
I
though.
know.
Like them folks, the silver sneakers. Those folks, they're older people, but they be doing those chair exercises, and those folks are in a lot better shape than some of us.
Yeah.
A whole lot better shape than some of us. And they're doing those chair exercises like it ain't nothing. And once you do the repetitive motion of it, your body will start feeling it, like as if you had some weights in your hand. And some of them, they're doing it with weights. So there's all different kind of exercises that you can do to help yourself. Like I said, walking, yoga, yes, meditation, the correct. I actually, one of my brothers, he has a wellness company, and he has this app. I don't know if he launched it yet out there to the world, but he has this app where it can tell about how much walking you did or exercising or whatever. You just link your watch or your phone or whatever you have to it, and it can tell you what you did and what you didn't do, and it kind of can help keep you on track. It talks about what else? How your day going, if you're happy or if you're not, or whatever. You clap your hands and whatever. Or whatever the case may be. But I found it, I was like, that's pretty cool, because it kind of keep me on track with my steps, because I'm like, oh, okay, well, if it say 0, that means like I ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. But in my defense, sometimes I put my phone down, so it might would look like 0 when I've been walking a lot. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yes. Speaking of putting your phone down, sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, sleep is one of the more, I think it was one of the things that I struggled the most with. It's not even that once I go to sleep, even though I may have, episodes during the night, between the fan and the AC, I do okay. Some nights are worse. But the quality of sleep that you actually get, because I'll lay down, I go to bed sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not getting good sleep. Yeah. And so restlessness, and that's another thing too, like what we were talking about as far as symptoms. Restless leg syndrome is actually another disorder that can also have the symptom, they have the creepy crawly. That's why it's important to actually get your doctor to tell you exactly what it is that you got going on. Correct. But you got to get that sleep. Yes. And I say all the time, when my husband just looks at me and he's like, so when you going to bed? You're not getting enough sleep. And I know this. And don't look at me like that, because you're not getting enough sleep either.
She could be right.
Yes, you're not getting enough sleep either.
And we're going to go to the next question on that one. So, can hormone... I really don't, y'all. I need to do better. But I bet you one thing. Tomorrow, I'm going to get enough sleep. I'm going to tell you that. Because I don't have anybody on my books in the morning. So I can stay in the bed late. And I ain't not turning on no alarm or no nothing. I'm just going to get up when the Lord say get up. Yeah, I hope he get me up a little later, though, so I can just sleep in. So can hormone replacement, HRT, or natural hormone balancing help reduce these symptoms?
You know what? So we've heard and read a bunch about hormone replacement therapy. And I'm going to say yes. But again, some people, everybody has different responses. Correct. So for something like this, though, what I did, I have not embarked upon that. But what I have read and what I understand is that it just takes a little bit longer. It could potentially take a little bit longer to help with that. And so somebody said yes, it definitely helped me. I saw a difference in the first 6 months. And then I had another person say, I've been on this for a year, and nothing. So I think it's just, it depends on, what exactly you're on, how severe your symptoms are. Do you really have is that really the reason that you're having the itchies or the crawly things? Is that the reason? Has it really been really properly diagnosed? But my first answer would be yes, but I can't say it from experience, just based on what I know. And then if supplements, I'm a fan of supplements. Okay. I really, because this is weird to even say, I'm not the one to take a pill first. I'm just not. I'll tell somebody else, well, did you try this? Well, you might need this. You might need this. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm not talking about, I don't give that kind of medical advice because I'm not a doctor.
Right.
But, you know, to me, if you have a headache, first go take the Tylenol.
Yeah.
Just go take a pill, and let's just see if that helps.
Right.
And then if you're having these more frequently, or if the Tylenol, now you're having to take 2, or you're having to take them closer, then there's another problem. It's not just because you haven't gotten sleep. So I'm not just saying just dismiss it and go take a pill.
Right.
But I'm not the one that wants to take medicine.
Correct.
You know,
Me
give
either.
me the gummy or give me the drink. I'll do better with that.
Yeah.
And so, but that's just what works for me.
Okay. Okay. So what about mind-body techniques like meditation, breathing, or cooling techniques? Do they help? Well, you said the cooling down the shower helps.
Cool.
So.
Yes, for sure. But again, the sock. I don't know what it is about the fiber. Now, you know what I did do when I first started feeling this, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, I think I really was probably having this symptom even before this year. I think I really just tuned into it because I was wearing, what I found was helping my legs was I was wearing those Ted holes. And they gave me just enough compression to kind of help soothe me a little bit. And then what happens? When you start feeling better, then you just stop. That's just what anything else you do. You got a cold, take the meds or whatever, you start feeling better, you stop. You got the antibiotics, you take it for 2 or 3 days, doctor said take it for 10, you feel better in 2, you stop. So, but I think I may have even actually had the symptoms even prior to what I think maybe I just really came into the knowledge of it this year that I was actually, and maybe it was just so mild that I dismissed it. Didn't know that it even was a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people do. Yeah.
Because first time you hear something that you ain't never heard of before, the first thing you do is speculate.
Correct.
Is that real?
Yes. Like that's you
Yeah,
making that up.
up.
There ain't nobody do that. Somebody really your skin crawling.
Yeah.
Like girl, that's just you.
It's real.
Yeah, it's very real. I can tell you, it's very, very real. So how can women talk to their doctors about fornication without being dismissed or misunderstood?
Now that's going to be a challenge. If just tell them, and then if you feel like that you don't get the response, or they're not responding to you in a way that makes you feel at ease, even if the initial one is just giving you some advice on some things that you can potentially try, things that we've talked about here or things that you've read. And if you feel like it's not getting any better, you just keep telling them.
Correct.
You just keep telling them. And you have to make it, you have to be the advocate for yourself.
Yes.
And so if that means, doctor, that every time I come in this office, you got to hear these before you even touch me or look at me or tell me anything, let me tell you this.
Right.
And if you find yourself doing it, then it may be time to,
find
look
another
for a different one.
Yep.
But
Right.
you have to be heard because it is a real thing. And that and not having it dealt with in itself will cause increased anxiety. Now your symptoms is worse. Now, you're on other different kind of meds or whatever. You have to make people listen. You have to have them to listen. You have to make them listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's real.
Yeah, it is real. You can also write a symptom log and writing a list of questions beforehand and bringing a trusted support team, support person with you. That can also help also.
I like writing down. That's a good one. Keep like a little journal.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. That's good.
What are some myths you like to clear up about this symptom?
That is all in your head.
That's
the
you.
first one.
That
is all
the
in
first
your head.
one. That
You're
is the first
imagining
one.
it. It's
Yes.
not real.
Yes.
That's the very first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. That's the main one for me. I don't know what.
That is number one though.
Yeah, that's the first one. That's the only one I can think of. That's what comes to my head first is it's not imagining. This is for real happening to me.
Another one is people thinking that there is no treatment for it. There's not, probably I guess say a direct treatment, but there's some things out there that can help with it. So that is a myth. There are some things that can help. It's a sign of mental health or drug abuse. No, that's not true. Sometimes that's true, but not all the way. When it's come to hormonal changes that can affect this. So that's what's going on when you're in the menopause phase. Let's see what else they say.
Oh, that it's just that nobody else feels this.
Correct.
Yeah, not that this is just in your head, but that just thinking that, is it just me and my friend that have this? No, it's a lot of people that actually have this symptom, experience this symptom.
They just don't want to talk about it, which people, we need y'all to talk about the things that's going on with you. I know you might feel that, oh, this is weird and somebody gonna look at me crazy or they're gonna judge you or whatever. I guarantee you it's a lot of ladies out here that want to hear this because that's gonna help them go forward on talking about their experience with somebody. I mean, if how are we going to be able to reach and teach and help each other if we can't just get it out there? We have to be able to help each other. I mean, we're women, and we need to be able to stand beside each other and push each other and straighten up each other's crown to let each other know, hey, I got your back. And this is why we're doing this podcast, so we can be able to let you know, hey, we got your back. We're trying to find different things to be able to help you. We really don't want each other to go down a bad hole or anything, and we want to keep y'all uplifted. So this is the way we're trying to keep you uplifted by doing these questions and doing these answers and doing this podcast. So another myth is scratching the skin will make it go away. No, it won't.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
No, it won't. Because you can get skin damage. You can make it skin damage from scratching it so much. So you need to seek medical advice.
Yes, please.
Yes. How can loved ones or partners be supportive when someone is dealing with fornication?
So the first thing is to believe them.
Yes.
Yeah, you first got to believe them.
Yes.
And you just kind of just said it kind of goes along with the myths.
Yes.
And you have somebody that trust you enough to tell you that that's what they're suffering from. You have to believe them and don't judge them.
Yeah.
And then, there is a certain level of discretion that we use simply because if you know you're in a certain circle, it's just certain things that you're not going to say. Even though we're saying to talk about this and let people know, you still have to be mindful of, just like anything else, this is personal. This can be a personal, and it can be embarrassing.
Yeah.
And so you just have to be mindful to not judge or to put anybody on display, especially with people that can never understand or that don't mean them good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's the first thing you can do is, and when they ask you to, rub that oil on their back, go ahead and do it.
Yes. Yes, because there's something to it.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Yes, please. Please. Validate the experience and help create a comfortable environment for them. Encouragement, be patient. Please be patient. Yeah. Patient, that's going to help a whole lot. I know it might feel like, oh, God, here they come again with this same boo or whatever. Why don't they fix this, or can't they get some help for this or whatever? It's not that easy. It's not that simple. It is a test of different things to try to find what's going to help. What's going to
help you.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's one of those things that I've never been through this before. I mean, I just had my 58th birthday last month, and I didn't have this when I was 20. I didn't have this when I was 30. So when somebody experiences something, it's nothing more scary than to have something that you don't understand or don't know and experience it the first time.
Yeah.
And so it takes a form of courage to even say, I have this.
Yeah.
It's not I don't feel like it's a mental health issue, although mental health issues can be one of the underlying causes that can create this sensation that you're feeling.
Yeah.
But it's a real thing, just one more thing that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can get it under control and it can resolve without incidents and you don't have to be hospitalized, nothing like that, because it's really a treatable thing.
Yeah.
It's not something that you got to go to necessarily have to go through therapy and all this stuff, but maybe some people in extreme cases might.
Yeah.
And so hopefully, hopefully you could just, acknowledge it, admit it, address it, and then get over it.
Yeah.
And it'll just be one more thing that you can pack away. It's not even happening. Because for me, I feel like I'm closer to having it pack away than I was, a little while ago.
Okay.
I feel pretty good about it. I mean, just the fact that I'm coming and talking to you about it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Like you said, talking about it. not being judgmental. I had a young lady. It really broke my heart. Her partner, spouse, really made her feel bad about things that was going on with her, like the itching or the crawling, and dryness of her body parts and stuff. And he really made her feel like she was nasty, because if she had itching downstairs, that people, he would say different things to her, and it's like, why you itching? You just nasty, and there's something going on with you. And it's like, yeah, there is something going on with her. It's called menopause, and she is lacking estrogen, and she is missing all the moisturization that she needs to have in her body. Of course, yeah, you can get on different things to try to help with that, and you can even try to use different lubrication to try to help with different things. But sometimes some of that stuff just don't help, and the relief is itching, scratching it or whatever. But she was just like, it made her feel bad, and it really made her self-esteem go pretty low. And this is sad, because if you have a spouse out there that does this type of thing, that's just not cool. And so spouses, men or women, for the men that's going through andropause, women, please don't discount what he's saying to you. Take it serious, find solutions, don't judge, and just be patient with them. Women, when they're going through their thing, their menopause, men, we need you to be patient. We need to be kind, loving through this. This is a whole journey that women and men going through, and it doesn't make our body feel good. Sometimes we don't even know how to react to our body because we don't know what's going on, and it's really confusing, and it make you think that something's wrong with you, or you're going crazy or something like that. And it will even make you think, oh, do I need to go get some help or whatever? For some people, they do need to go get help. Some people, they do need to go to therapy, because it just gets that deep where you don't know what else to do. I had a young lady, she told me that she got down so bad with it, she really had to go get help, and she really she got the help, and now she's a lot better. And for you all out there that's going through and you feel like that it's not any help, it is that it exhausts everything, from talking to other women with menopause, to listening to this show, talking to your doctors, talking just anybody you can talk to, or whatever things that you can try to help you feel better, please try them. If you can do it in the most natural way that you can. We had a wonderful lady that was on the show some months back, and she was telling us about the natural way that you can do things and how it really healed her body. So if you could try to do things like that, that really, really will help a lot. And you? And you got anything else to add to that, ma'am?
No, I'm just going to piggyback on everything that you said. It's a real thing. I know I'm pretty much a private person.
Yes.
I don't really like to just be in the forefront of things. This is kind of like really out of my element to be able to do this.
Yes, it is.
But there's people that are really suffering from a lot of different things related to this.
Yeah.
And it can be very restricting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just fortunate that my symptoms are really minor at this point and are getting better. And it's so much education and so many resources, so many different solutions, or maybe not solutions, so many different avenues that you can go down to try to get to a solution. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, bringing light to a lot of different things. The one that you had on the muscle joints and all that one was really good too. I just want to tell you that was really good.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, that's it. I don't have it. That's it.
Okay.
I'm just living and thriving, girl.
Go live and thrive on, sister. Live and thrive on. So, are there any emotional? We just really talked about that. Any emotional impacts women should look out for, like anxiety or body image issues that can come from this?
Yeah, I think it was all that we just said. I mean, you know, the funny thing is, like, almost every question that we talk about, you can elaborate on, and you're going to end up at the same place each time. And so they just kind of, it's really like a little map here, because it keeps just the one that was before it speaks to the one that's after it, and it just
Yes.
keeps, so yeah, definitely. And what you just said right before you asked me that question, it's a true thing. People do feel ashamed, and they do feel embarrassed, and they do hibernate, and they don't want to talk about even not just this, just any symptom that they're having. We just grin and bear it a lot of times, and it's a journey that doesn't really have to be walked alone. So yeah, everything that you just said applies to that question right there.
Okay.
'Cause you can definitely have a lot of self. What is it? Your self confidence. I mean,
Yes.
this is new.
Yeah.
I've never been through this before.
Yeah.
It's my first time. So.
And a lot of our, some of us when we're our age, and sometimes our parents, they didn't really know, I guess, that they were going through the menopause. They knew, but they didn't know all of the symptoms. They might have been feeling it, but it probably wasn't. They just wiped it off and just like, it ain't nothing.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
like
next.
everything. It's just like everything.
But it's
in
not
life.
hot flash, so that means I'm not going through this and that. Or it's not night sweat, so that means I'm not going through menopause, which they didn't know that it was like a whole lot of other stuff that comes with it. That, you losing your stuff because something unbalanced up there.
Yeah. But they didn't have the advantage of social media, and because everybody talks about everything now, for
Correct.
the most part, right?
Correct.
I mean, you can scroll on any platform and you're going to see people talking about stuff. He's like, they really talking about
Right.
just some of the stuff. It still baffles me.
Yeah.
But everything is talked about online now.
Yeah.
And so I think for that era of time, for people, our parents and even those before, they didn't have that outlet.
Correct.
And they just toughed it. They just toughed through it and just went on about it and got over it. And I think that's what some people still expect.
Yes.
Although we evolve in other areas, that's
Yes.
something that we should just keep under the carpet and just get through it.
Yes.
But it can be challenging because the world itself has changed.
Correct.
And so to try to keep sanity when you're not going through stuff and then you throw this in the mix, it can make for a real fun ride for some people.
Yeah, man. And that ride ain't fun.
Yeah.
That ride ain't fun at all. So what's your number one message for women who are struggling with this and feeling like it's all in their head?
So know that it's not. It is not all in your head.
Correct.
It's a real thing. You didn't do anything to deserve it. You didn't make it up. You didn't bring it on yourself. And you are not the only one that may be experiencing it. And there is help for you. So think about, the next time when you're feeling something that, even if it's not just this, if you're thinking about something that you may be feeling that you dismiss because it's so small or so subtle, do yourself justice, do yourself a favor, and talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anything else you'd like to add to this formication?
No, that's it. I mean, this was a really good conversation. I enjoyed it. I love the feedback that you gave also.
Thank you.
And I'm thinking that somebody somewhere is sitting there thinking, maybe I might need to have a conversation with my doctor.
Yes.
Maybe, I've been feeling something and I wasn't really certain what it was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I really hope that this helped somebody out there. This is why we put this on, so we can help somebody, or you kind of have that factor and then think about it, and now you're thinking about it or whatever. So, yes. So, Tanya, I would like to thank you. As I always tell my guests, thank you so much for your time. Time is the biggest thing and the most precious thing that you can give somebody,
indeed.
especially in these days now.
Yes, indeed.
It's the most precious thing that you can give someone, and I so appreciate your time, and I don't take it lightly when you or any of my guests give me their time. I so appreciate that. So
You're
we thank
welcome.
you for coming on.
You are very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So you all, next week, yes, we have a back-to-back, child. Next week, we are going to have Allison. And what we're going to be talking about is moisturization. It's kind of go hand in hand with this formication, moisturization, or lack thereof, because we're going to be talking about things dry and itchy, and it's going to go from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, from the rooter to the tutor, y'all. So We're going to talk about everything about this moisturization. So join myself and Allison next week for this this topic and this great conversation we're going to have about it. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Also follow me on the different podcast channels. We are on there. So thank you so much for tuning in, and be easy.
You tune it in to Funky Disposition, where menopause meets the mood swings. Real talk and good vibes. Hold